Two people start with the same income, same city, same opportunities, same starting point. Fast forward 10 years. One is still struggling to pay bills. The other is financially free. So, what happened? Most people will say, luck, connections, talent. That's comfortable to believe, but it's wrong. The real reason is much deeper. It's a system, one that quietly pushes people in opposite directions without them even realizing it. And if you don't understand this system, you don't stand a chance. Let's break the biggest myth first. You've been told your whole life that working harder leads to more money. Study hard, get a job, work more hours, climb the ladder. But look around. The hardest working people are often the poorest. Construction workers, laborers, people doing physically exhausting jobs every single day. If effort alone created wealth, they would be rich. But they're not, because money doesn't reward effort. Money rewards leverage. Leverage is the ability to multiply your output without multiplying your time. Poor people rely on one source, their time. They sell hours to earn money. Rich people rely on systems, businesses, investments, assets. Their income doesn't depend on how many hours they work. That's the first divide. Now let's go deeper. The poor focus on income. The rich focus on assets. Income is temporary. Assets are permanent. If you stop working, your income stops. But if you own assets, they continue to generate money whether you work or not. That's why two people earning the same salary can end up in completely different financial positions. One spends most of what they earn. The other uses that money to buy assets. Over time, the difference becomes massive. Here's where the trap begins. Most people fall into a loop without even realizing it. You earn money. You spend money. You repeat. As your income increases, your lifestyle increases too. Better phone, better clothes, better car. You feel like you're progressing. But in reality, you're just upgrading your expenses. This is called lifestyle inflation. And it's one of the biggest reasons people stay poor. Because no matter how much they earn, they never build anything that pays them back. They stay stuck in a cycle where money comes in and immediately goes out. Now compare that to how the rich operate. When they earn more, they don't rush to spend more. They focus on acquiring assets. Assets are things that put money into your pocket. It could be investments. It could be a business. It could be something that generates income without requiring constant effort. Instead of asking, what can I buy? They ask, what can I own that pays me? That single shift changes everything. Another major difference is how risk is perceived. Poor people are taught to avoid risk at all costs. Play safe. Don't fail. Stay secure. But here's the problem. Avoiding risk doesn't eliminate it. It just hides it. If your only source of income is a job, you're one decision away from losing everything. That's risk. Rich people don't avoid risk. They learn how to manage it. They take calculated risks. They invest. They build. They experiment. And yes, sometimes they fail. But failure for them isn't the end. It's part of the process, because every risk they take has upside. While the poor stay stuck protecting what little they have, the rich are expanding what they can gain. Now let's talk about time. Time is the most valuable asset anyone has. Poor people trade time for money. They work more hours to earn more. But there's a limit. You only have 24 hours in a day. So no matter how hard you work, your income is capped. Rich people don't trade time. They build systems that work for them. A business that runs. Investments that grow. Assets that generate income. So even when they're not working, they're still earning. That's how wealth compounds. Speaking of compounding, this is where things become explosive. Compounding is simple. Money making money. That makes more money. But it only works if you give it time. Poor people rarely benefit from compounding. Why? Because they don't have extra money to invest consistently. Or they spend it before it has time to grow. Rich people, on the other hand, understand this deeply. They invest early. They stay consistent. They let time do the heavy lifting. And over years, even decades, their wealth grows exponentially. Not linearly. Exponentially. That's why the gap between rich and poor keeps increasing. Now let's address something most people ignore. Environment. If you're surrounded by people who only talk about spending, you'll spend. If you're surrounded by people who understand money, you'll start thinking differently. Poor environments normalize bad financial habits. Impulse buying. Living paycheck to paycheck. Avoiding investments because they seem risky. Rich environments normalize growth. Investing, building, thinking long-term. Your environment shapes your decisions more than you think. Education is another hidden factor. Not school education. Financial education. Most people are never taught how money actually works. They don't learn about investing. They don't learn about assets. They don't learn about leverage. So they enter the real world unprepared. And when you don't understand the rules of the game, you end up losing. Rich people either learn this early, or they seek it out intentionally. They read, they study, they apply. Because they know knowledge isn't just power, it's profit. Here's the harsh truth. The system isn't designed to make everyone rich. It's designed to keep most people working. Because the economy runs on workers. If everyone became financially free, the system would collapse. So the default path, school, job, salary, is built for stability, not wealth. And if you follow it blindly, you'll likely stay average. Not because you're incapable, but because you never stepped outside the system. But here's the good news. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. You can start making different decisions. You can start focusing on assets instead of just income. You can start learning how money actually works. You can start using your money as a tool instead of just spending it. It won't happen overnight, but over time the direction changes. And direction is everything.